Imagine you wake up, it's November 30th, 2023. Your guild has said we're done doing ICC. We're no longer going to weekly raid ICC for week 30. Everybody's full biz. There's no point. We're tired of it. And this new game called Season of Discovery is launching tonight. You're super excited and you log in. You make a character. You beat the queue. And we come in to Season of Discovery, Phase 1. Now, what was so dang cool about Season of Discovery is that hope and that hype that this might be Classic Plus. And if it's not Classic Plus, it is the entry level of it. It is the beta test. It is the idea that we can do Classic with a twist, add new things, add new spells, add so many new different foreign concepts that we have never seen before, and it did not disappoint. Long before this little guy here, the Rune Broker, existed, you had to go out here and you had to actually get your runes for your spells, your abilities. And Phase 1 gave you 3 runes pretty much for every spec, a total of 12 runes per class, and it was out of the park, one of the funnest things in the game. To this day, my most watched video on the channel, and I have made videos since 2019 Classic, is how to get all 12 runes in Season of Discovery on a druid. I had that out there like day 2 or 3 of Season of Discovery, showed everyone in order how to get them, where to go, what to do, and it was like the runes gave people new abilities, new spells, and in Phase 1, they were so unique, so special, and so cool. And every class even had what I like to refer to as sort of a legendary rune that sent you out on an adventure to go and get them. And it was really cool. I legitimately loved doing them. As the phases got later, as it went further, it got tedious, it got repetitive, it got very not unique. And that's where I really didn't like it. When they felt like unique class quests and class journeys and specific to this class to go and do, it was awesome. And Phase 1 killed it with them. What I would have liked to see in hindsight, as the title of this video suggests, is maybe adding the Rune Broker at each phase, because what also Sod brought was the idea of the level phases, level 25, 40, 50, and 60. So we got 4 phases, and for the first time we got to experience the game, see all these lower level consumables, items, crafting things used as bis for a phase at level 25, at level 40, at level 50, and it was very interesting to see all the crazy stuff you could do, what pushing the limits were, what you could farm, what you could do. Could you kill this level 30? Could you kill this level 40 at 25? Utilizing guards to kill things. It was just pure chaos, pure creativity, and truly a really interesting way to look at the game as well. So with Sod Phase 1, we got introduced to that system, we got introduced to runes, and we got introduced to class roles. They broke the game and brought out tank shamans, tank warlocks, healing mages, and a tank rogue. And those 4 roles have become so iconic and really awesome with Sod, as well as they improved upon other roles like Elemental Shaman, Shadow Priest. Paladins can be things other than Holy Paladins. Shamans can be things other than Healing Shamans. And you saw the meta just completely shift away from this warrior is the god tier, S tier that we see in Anniversary today. And people were able to play so many unique, awesome ways and go. And I really loved Sod Phase 1. It gives me some of the fondest memories of Season of Discovery. And, well, of course, it did get my channel discovered. But that is just the core systems, the baseline stuff that came out with Season of Discovery Phase 1. And I think they knocked it out of the park with those. And for our next thing, let's head over to Ashenvale, and I'll see you there. Whoop. So it would not be Phase 1 if we were not talking about one of the most iconic sort of things that comes to your mind when you think of Season of Discovery, and that being the unique world PvP events that it brought. And Phase 1 brought with it the very first one with the Ashenvale event. I don't know about you, but I spent many days sitting here at this little encampment here for the Horde, fighting this group of alliance here. This was the close one. This was the middle part. If you don't know what I'm talking about, right here on the map, Horde catapult base, Alliance glaive base, smack dab in the middle, a brutal slugfest that everybody participated in. Obviously with 40v40, the PvP isn't that crazy, but just everyone coming here and fighting to the death led to some massive sort of honor gains in PvP, and it was just something that was really, really unique and really cool about Season of Discovery in Phase 1. While this event was not perfect, it did add so much spice and flair to it. It let people come here in PvP at 25 when we had like the small Ashenvale mount that instantly dismounted when you got into combat. You could only use an Ashenvale. It was mainly for this event, but other than that, everyone was sort of running around mountless, having a blast, engaging in PvP, fighting. They did a lot of tweaks to this event, but in the end, it got to a really, really great place, and I am so happy that I got to experience that in Phase 1, and just the pure chaos, PvP, people figuring out their builds, their runes, all of that. I think this was laying the groundwork for something very special and awesome. While it was not perfect, people did end up turning it into an AV Zerg by the end, or people got mad if you turtled one side or whatnot, and were like, we need here for honor per hour and reputation and stuff. The end of the event, by the time they had it down for it being a daily quest instead of a weekly, allowing people to come here, just kill a mob, and then go out there and get your rep. I actually farmed Warsong Exalted for the very first time in all of Classic since even Classic 2019 on my mage, so it was just something that was really cool. Got me involved in PvP for the first time, other than just doing AV for my Exalted offhand or ranking to like 7 to 10. It's usually where I get bored and give up. Never made it to 14. It just feels like a prison at this stage in Classic WoW, but this was one of the coolest things, and it shaped the future for events to come. And I definitely think the Blood Moon event wouldn't have been so amazing, which we will definitely talk about in the next video when we get into Phase 2. But this was just a really amazing event that I truly enjoyed. And yeah, so we're headed to the next topic. I'll see you then. Voop. And that brings us to our next topic, which is Level Up Raids. Phase 1 brought with it the very entry level to this concept of Level Up Raids. And with Level Up Raids, we were able to sort of see a unique, awesome twist to raiding and allow people to go into a normally level 25 dungeon, twist it and turn into a unique experience and completely different raid. I believe this first boss here, Baron Aquis, he literally was a horde quest spawned mob that was a boss in quotes, and you got to fight him. So Alliance players got to experience him for the first time. They completely reworked all of these bosses' mechanics into actual sort of mini little raid bosses. They weren't too riveting like an actual raid. We didn't really see that until Sunken Temple, but for BFD was awesome. It dropped awesome gear, and you were able to just sort of experience a dungeon with 10 people, get out here, do this, and get some new gear. They added new gear and gear tier sets to these dungeons that were really cool and really fun to play with. While they were pretty overpowered, and they did lead to some people being a little too turned up and being able to crank things, it was all in all really fun, and I think they did a great job with all of the dungeons in that sense. And nowadays, you can come in here and solo it if you are bored and just want to sort of see what it was like. BFD, unfortunately, you can't solo a little certain warlock who is going to hit you with that dust-to-dust ability, because that would end up getting you killed very quickly. But all in all, I think they did a phenomenal job with BFD. It was really cool to see it reworked and changed, because like normally most people just skip to the edge of this, but here you come in here, you got to activate these stones, you got to kill these elementals, and in order to kill the elementals, you allow him to be freed and fight him. He has really funny, interesting mechanics that knock you all the way back, as you're about to see right here, and it is just really cool to see how much they really put into this to make these level 25 dungeons feel like interesting, unique raids, and it definitely set the tone. And when we talk about Nomergon next time, it's going to be really cool. And Nomergon definitely even took this a step further, adding many more mechanics, adding so many more things for people to do. And I think it was just a home run of an idea, and it really played into that phasing system, as well as it was very rewarding with gears and things like that. I think one of the most iconic things is the trinkets, dust to dust, and just a few other really cool, fun mechanics that you're able to unlock. But that is it for BFD, and now we're going to talk about the final thing, and something, pretty much the only thing from Phase 1 that I disliked. I really enjoyed pretty much everything we got with Season of Discovery, and Phase 1 was one of my favorite phases and experiences in World of Warcraft, not just Season of Discovery. So, without further ado, I'm going to switch it over, and I'll see you then. So, now we come to that dreaded topic of things I disliked in Phase 1. I honestly, genuinely believe that all the bugs, all the kinks, all the things that weren't so perfect, and all the things that didn't really work out that well, I think they all added to the experience overall and really created some cool stuff. And this brings us to this person right here, the supply officer. So on paper, I feel like the Durotar supply company reputation looked like a great idea. It had some decent, like, you go out here, you get this, you create something, you get a little gold for turning it in, you get a little XP, you get reputation, and this reputation unlocks things. It's something to do that can span phases. The problem was that they locked a rune behind it, and this rune, for some classes, was really freaking good. Druid, it was just Skull Bash, which every druid gets eventually with Feral Charge, but at this point we didn't really have it yet. So it's not too crazy for a druid, but some classes it was very important. And as you can see, I'm only honored, but like some of these rewards, some decent gear, a 10-slot bag, a 12-slot bag, some bind on account rings that they added later into the game. These are really cool. This bush, so you can literally turn into a bush here and just chill in Org as a bush. This was really cool. People could turn into cosmetics and toys and things. That was really interesting to see. It's just, it sucked to have actual power gated behind this via a rune. I'm okay with these decent upgrades. So if you were doing it as you level, you got a little XP, you got a little money. It made the economy feel fresh. It made certain items that no one ever used or do anything have value. It made you, like, these Phoenix bindings here were BIS for mages. So like it gave mages a reason to level their tailoring to 125, and I think either get friendly or honored with them to make these bindings. And it was just something that was really cool, really unique, and really interesting to see. Then like even they got holy spell power shoulders as well for a blacksmith. Obviously this is an alliance piece, but just really cool stuff that we got to see implemented into the game and allow people to make that. Where I think they went wrong was making it to where you could only have one at a time. I definitely think they should have let you have as many as you wanted from the beginning. I think that would have helped so very much, as well as not putting a rune behind it. I know they changed the rune to friendly later on, but like by the time they did that, the two characters I was maining the most, I had already gotten honored with my druid and mage. So it just really it was a miss for me. I liked the idea of it. It seems like a good idea. It just was executed very poorly, and I really wish they didn't put a rune behind that vendor with the restriction of 1 box per. But like I said, I am very, very fond of Phase 1. It absolutely, pretty much changed my life. It allowed me to get discovered as a creator. You guys started tuning into my videos, enjoying them, and the rest is history. But Phase 1, I kind of have some rose-tinted goggles towards. I really enjoyed it, most of the key features of it. I legitimately enjoyed going out there, doing class quests, doing the runes. I liked the looking at the game in a 25 lens, the phasal system. All of that was really, really cool. So to me, Phase 1, that's why I ranked it S tier in our little tier list. And you'll probably, the things I rated high, you'll definitely get a lot of praise from. And that is, that's how it goes. I'm generally a positive person. So when we hit Phase 2, it'll be overall mostly positive. Phase 3, I think you guys are going to love, because that one is so negative. It took a lot to make that one. But anyway, guys, this video is long enough. Please let me know what you think about Phase 1. If you think I'm wrong, if you think I'm right, tell me why. If you enjoyed it, if you loved it, if you hated it, whatever. I would love to hear your guys' opinions on it and your experiences. Also, huge shout out to SotDots, as well as anyone else that shared their opinions on these topics with me in Discord. Whether you DM me on Discord, talk to me, whether you're my guildie, whatever. You guys sharing your opinions and putting me on this idea of covering SOD in Hindsight was really awesome. So thank you to everyone. And if you want to contribute your opinion, I will be doing a video for Phase 1 through 8. So if you truly want to contribute and you want to tell me your opinions on some key topics, key things. We're breaking it up in phases too, and some things span multiple phases like the rune system, but I like to talk about it in that little snapshot of what it was for that phase. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you want to get involved and participate in Phase 2, definitely DM me on Discord your thoughts, and I'll let you know what the topics are and the keystone things. But until next time, I'll see you later. Hope you have a great day. Bye-bye. Hey, you. Yes, you. Are you still there? Well, I appreciate you for taking the time to watch this entire video and making it to the end here. If you enjoyed this video, definitely check out the other videos about World of Warcraft listed in these playlists down below. And thank you again. Have a great day. Bye-bye.